Hi there, a change of scenery for sure for me on this channel. I'm out on my porch. Normally my porch is decked out with plants, but this year it's already July and I haven't even started working on it. So I wanted to take some time. I've been doing so many projects indoors. I wanted to do something outdoors. So thought I'd take you along with me. So let's go. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start placing pots around and trying to decide how I want everything to look. So that's gonna be my next step and what I'm gonna start with. Okay, for this area, I decided to keep things similar to the way they were before. So I'm going to put this kind of terracotta colored, peachy colored planters here, and the important thing to always do when you're placing any type of planter on top of your deck or your pavers is make sure and put something underneath it. So this is a saucer, and you put that underneath to catch the water, but also try to put a riser underneath it just so it lifts it a little bit so the water can run underneath it and it doesn't pool, and that it also will dry out because the air will get underneath it. So this is really important. So I'm going to put this down first, then the saucer, then the planter. There, that's perfect. And then I have all of the drip lines, as you can see on the ground. Those are for all these pots, so it's kind of perfect for me to put these right back where I found them, and I'll just refresh the plants. Make sure when selecting pots for your project that you have good drainage. You want to make sure that when you water the plants that any excess water is able to drain from the soil. So make sure they have already built-in drainage holes, or some pots nowadays, it'll have marks on the bottom where if you want to drill your own holes, you can, and these are a good option as well. Make sure when you're shopping for plants, you consider both your climate as well as the sun exposure for the area that you're working in. For my porch, as an example, I have some area of the porch that gets no sun at all. It's full shade. And then I have other parts of my porch that has a mixture of some pretty warm morning sun, but it doesn't have the super hot afternoon sun, so it has shade in the afternoon. So when I'm picking out plants, I keep that in mind. So I'm buying a mixture of some shade plants, but also some that can tolerate sun. If you're new to planting, don't worry, this is really easy. You won't hurt anything. So basically take your pot, put in some good quality potting soil, take your plant out of the container. You need to take it out carefully, and sometimes you have to just maneuver it around. Sometimes you can squeeze the size of the container, it'll help the plant come out. And then go ahead, and sometimes you need to loosen the roots a little bit. If you see some of the roots kind of winding around the bottom of the container, if you do, just gently loosen them. Place the plant into the soil and then pack some fresh soil around it, some potting soil, pack it around it, and make sure that the plant is just about an inch or two below the top of the pot, and then go ahead and water it. That's all you have to do. Okay, kind of a rule of thumb that's kind of known in the gardening world for containers is to have a thriller, a filler, and a spiller. So the thriller is your centerpiece plant and usually goes upwards and kind of just fans out and gives you height. The filler is a plant or set of plants that kind of fill in the base of the container. And then your spiller is a plant that goes over the side of the container. If you have all three of these aspects for your container, it will be beautiful. When buying plants, a tip on how to save money is to buy plants when they're smaller. You don't have to buy them in the larger half-gallon, gallon, or even larger sizes because they're much more expensive. Here's an example. I got a 6-pack of these coleus, which I love, and so there's 6 smaller plants in here, and I got it for $6.99. Now, I live in California, so everything's more expensive, so maybe by you it's even less expensive for the 6-pack. But let's pretend they're just $1 a piece or a little over $1 a piece. If you compare that to this other one that I really love, it's a beautiful plant, I like the size of it, but it was $10. So if you want to save money, buy the 6-packs and let them grow. It won't take them a long time. It'll take a month or two and they'll fill in almost just as big as this other one that I paid $10 for. So if you don't have to have that instant gratification of the larger, fuller plant, buy smaller and let them grow in your environment and you'll save a lot of money. I'm so pleased in being able to transform this porch and entryway in an afternoon into this beautiful display of flowers. The colors just make me happy every time I walk up this walkway now. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this type of video on my channel, definitely give me a thumbs up and note it in the comments, and I can do more projects like this. And please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. I've got some good projects planned coming up for next week. See you then. Bye.